Hey guys, it's Patch here. I'm bringing you a deck preview, and this is a deck list that I've been working on for some time. It is called Ghoti Melffy Spright. This is functionable pretty well even after the Sprite Elf ban list. We weren't ever using Sprite Elf to actually summon a useful effect on the enemy's turn. Typically, we were using Sprite Elf to summon back Sprint. So now we're just incorporating Sprint into our end board, and it's basically just the same thing without the targeting protection. And this is a more functionable deck than like other versions of the deck that I've been like testing, just because I have played this deck on like pure, you know, Ghoti and pure Melffy variants, and this is just the most streamlined like way that you can do it in my opinion. So getting into like our actual deck preview here, you know, we got full Sprite package here, Sprite Jet, Sprite Blue, Sprite Starter, Sprite Red, two copies of Sprite Carrot for board breaking, like uh, canceling out like Branded Fusion or other threatening cards to this archetype. Sprite Double Cross is really good going first, and then Sprite Smashers is really good going second. So you run one of each. Now you have your Nimble package with the Nimble Sunfish. And I will go more into depth on like how the Sunfish actually operates here in just one moment. And then you have a 5-card Melffy package, which includes Hoppier Squadron, just an honorary Melffy member, and that is going to be, Wally, Caddy, Penny, Pony, and Hoppier Squadron. And then you are going to be running 3 Ghoti cards in your main deck. That's going to be Schiff, Zep, and Snopios. Now, you do also have like basically just a lot of room for different stuff, like past this main core. So like, Foolish Burial, Triple Tactic Talents, Triple Tactics Thrust, Pot of Prosperity, Ash Blossom, Infinite Imperm. I really like 2 elves, so it's personal preference on how I build my deck. Now, in your synchro based extra deck, like you do actually have a lot of options here, but you don't actually need um, a lot of these options. So like, here you do have Sword Soul, you have Ghoti of the Deep Beyond, you have White Aura Whale, you got Iskan, Aryan Pose, Herald of the Arclight, Zeus, Package, Gigantic Sprite Melffy of the Forest, Sprend, Appaloosa, and IP Masquerena, and you know, I would recommend choosing between either Ice Jade, Gamir Ajurin, or the Qingying. Um, One of those for your Synchro 10 option would be good, or even this is out of my budget, but Baron de Fleur would also be good, like over Qingying. And then like typically like one of Gigantic Sprite, one of double down on a card if you don't want your opponent, like if you want to run Book of Eclipse and you don't want your opponent with Kashtira Unicorn to like snipe you, like you can run the second Zeus. Um, you know, but the key part of the extra deck here is going to be, you know, basically these pieces. This full deck functions pretty much off of just this, so you do have 13 main deck slots and 7 extra deck slots. And so, you know, the basic combos here are going to be like you have, your IP Masquerena Appaloosa line, um, Ninja Shadow Mosquito, Sunfish, OTK, uh, standard Zeus line as well. Herald of the Arclight, absolutely amazing against Tear Laments. Also functions as an Omni Negate, so pretty useful. And then you have your 4-card Ghoti line, which is double board breaker or back row removal. and also functions pretty well into an OTK lane. And yeah, I mean, pretty much side deck, a lot of personal preference here, but you know, anti-spell fragrance, uh, blizzard, like cards that will stop Dark Ruler no more from hitting this board, because that does pretty much end your board. And then you will also have you know, uh, DD Crows instead of Bestials, so you don't end up having your opponent like activate their effects. Now, here we can actually like just demonstrate a hand real quick. Right. So, you know, pretty decent hand, like either going first or going second. I mean, this would actually die to like, you know, if they infinite imperm, like my beaver right here, then like that would suck, you know. But you know, sometimes that be happening, especially with these like just board breaker heavy decks that aren't like hyper consistency. But you know, you do access your full line off of 2 card combo here, so this really isn't the end of the world. So you know, you go into Gigantic Sprite. Gigantic Sprite's just gonna detach. You're gonna summon, you know, Shift, and then like here you're just gonna, you know, make Sprint off of these 2 bodies, and then Sprint's gonna activate its effect. Sprint is just going to send, you know, Nimble Angler, and then you are going to summon your Sunfish and your Beaver, and then you can banish your Shift, targeting the Sunfish now. And then here you can also just go Melffy of the Forest. And like, this is actually a pretty threatening end board at this point. So like here we just get, you know, Melffy Wally. We have no other Melffy names. We have a lot of dead cards in hand, and Snopios is a card that we would search, like typically just within this lane. And then like you are going to like go into end phase, and then you are going to special summon Wally, and then in standby phase you are going to special summon your opponent's standby phase. You're going to special summon Shift, which this interaction here can actually help in like board breaking, because going second, you are typically just going to recreate this lane and use your like stronger lane basically to control the state of the match. Now, and like, you know, hindsight here, if they didn't hit me with Ash Blossom, like I could go triple tactic talent and like, you know, search like draw 2, hit a sprite card hopefully, and extend out further. You know, you start more bodies in hand, you start Sprite Blue or like Sprite Starter, you get access to like negates within your main deck. So a lot of lanes in this deck are actually like pretty protected. But you know, it's basically kind of like how it functions. If you have cards like Melffy Wally in your opening hand, you can actually go for like alternate like searches. In this case, you search Penny, and then whenever Caddy bounces, you search like Copier. And then like, I mean, you have full combo here, and then you also have the Sprite double cross, even though you don't have like, you know, Sprite in that engine. And then like, you know, lane with actual like Sprite cards in it. Triple attack to Talons once again. Sprite Jet, search, Sprite Starter, and you have access to like pretty full board here. There's gonna be, you know, summon Sprite Blue, and then you know you get your like Sprite Carrot, and then at this point you got 2 layers of protection. So you go your Gigantic Sprite, and then you're just gonna start kicking off your lane here. link off into sprint, always send shift. Sprint is just going to send angler, and then angler is going to special summon these two. Now, we do not have like beaver within like rotation that we've seen yet, but like part of this lane does actually add beaver into our hand for next turn. So like then you can revive sunfish, and then you can get your second angler without really needing the sprint. In like lanes, for some reason I always break an open angler, even though I'm only running two now. But like at this point, you can just go your Melffy of the Forest, or like you have like an extra body here. So um, one of the problems here is Wally special summons two bodies. So like if you summon Wally at the end turn and then you summon Shift, then like they do their first summon, Wally can't bounce back. Once they do their first like summon though, or like first ability, like you negate it, you tribute one of these dudes. Like typically like they special summon bounce back with sprint and then like um tribute sprint to negate and then wait for them to summon and get Wally out. But like in lines like this where we have like too many bodies, basically is kind of how it is. This is where I've been going for IP Masquerena, and you just don't really respect the fact that they're going to Raigeki you. Because yeah, like if they Raigeki you here, like you are kind of just left with like a last ditch effort of like, oh no, I got like Raigeki'd. So then like, you just um like if you do get Raigeki'd, like really what you do here is you just make a 4-stack Appaloosa and then like let your Raigeki pop it, and then uh yeah, I mean hope that Appaloosa is going to end their turn. Now, this actually does give us like some plays. Like we still have the Ash Blossom, we have the Snopios. So if they do open like Raigeki here, like not really super the end of the world, but ideally you are like holding for your Appaloosa for a 3-stack Appaloosa once you use Sprint's ability and once you use Melffy's ability. Melffy of the Forest's ability. And then you just like use IP Masquerena, Sprite Sprint, and Melffy of the Forest down here and go into like Appaloosa. And then like you have your penny line to go into the Ghoti cards. But yeah. Anyhow, that is basically the deck list here. And how it functions. And there's a lot of room that I feel like this deck could actually improve if the community does actually pick it up and enjoy it. Um, I mean, really, like, there are a lot of cards in the Gishki archetype, like Gishki Abyss is a fish card, and Gishki Grimness is a fish card. So, like, you might be able to cut out the Nimble package and start running Gishkis. And I don't know how that would work, but anyhow, thank you for watching this video. I do hope that you all have a wonderful day and stay safe out there.